It's the final interview of the 2016-17 season. Nailers head coach Jeff Christian with us. And Jeff, it's hard to believe it's over, but from our perspective, certainly were some fun moments this year.
A lot of fun moments, a lot of ups and downs. Like I said, we got to go on there in January where we were on fire. The wheels kind of fell off in February. Scheduling caught up to us. I think that hopefully we'll do a better job with our schedule next year, play more interdivisional games if that's what is going to weigh into the playoff process. The 3-3s in February in Toledo and Fort Wayne are very, very tough games to win anytime, but especially when you're playing 3-3 against those top teams. The call-ups and the injuries that both Pittsburgh and Wilkes-Barre had, and we had too, really affected us. But, at the end of the day, we've had right now, I think, 15 players go up to the American League this year, and some more are going to go up to finish out the season. So, we're going to just keep hammering away on development here. I got some good stuff from Pittsburgh, some good feedback on our guys. With regards to how they played Cody Wido and Hilbrick, and that's what you hang your hat on as a coach at this level. So, we're looking to bring back the majority of this team for training camp, and I've already started. We have some futures that we have to cash in on, and I'm already starting the process of rebuilding. So, or replacing, I should say, with our core in place. But we felt like we were very close. At times, we had 13 rookies in the lineup. That's not going to happen again next year. As much as we develop, we also do need to have some really solid veteran presence that can help these kids understand what it takes to win. How many games this year where we had a lead going into the third period or tied going into the third or a lead in the third and we didn't come away with points? That can't happen, So it's a process. I've learned a lot, as going through a full year. Last year with all those playoff games, it was almost like a full year, But my first full year, I learned a lot.
You mentioned some of the challenges of scheduling and players going up and constantly having the roster shifted, but you also touched on some of the positives, developing players, getting to the next level. Is that what you look at as one of your most successful parts of this season, was being able to develop those guys, or did you see something else in there?
Yeah, I think that's it. For us, developing players is the first priority. We have the best affiliation in the East Coast League with Pittsburgh and Wilkes-Barre. Nobody has a relationship like we do. So, I'm put in place primarily to develop the prospects, which is what we do. The fans of Wheeling, of course, and the organization, we want to win and get in the playoffs. So it's a very fine line. We can do both, and we will do both. But as a coach this year, we're really going to hang our hat on the success of our guys at the next level.
Was there something over the course of the season that stuck out to you as, wow, that really impressed me or really surprised me about this group, or even certain individuals?
Well, look at McGuire. He was the goalie of the month in January. That at that time he looked like a wow, and then it's like everything with all of our young guys. It's just consistency and developing that. You have to come to the rink every day to play and perform consistently. But I think that month of January, he really had it going. I thought Quinny made some huge strides as a player. Hilbrick, had Schultze. These really rookies really stood out. You look at a guy like we traded for Courier. He ended up scoring 20 goals. I thought Fick developed very well. He got called up here at the end of the year. So there was a lot of positives in that regard.
You have 34 wins this year. Is there one of them that sticks out as a personal favorite, or a moment throughout this season that you'll remember for a long time to come?
Well, I think a big win was after we got lambasted here at home by Toledo. We went back in there, and we gave up 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. Actually 3, but they disallowed one. And then we ended up beating them 5-2. That was kind of a TSN turning point for our team at that point. The Adirondack game, where the 2 games near the end of the year where, for 5 periods we pretty much dominated, and then they came back and won in overtime, and that collapse really hurt us. There's lessons to be learned there, of course. There were so many of them. I think that it's hard to think, but those ones really stand out as both good and bad lessons. Like I said, after Toledo really gave it to us at home, I would say we're probably going to end up thanking them, because they're going to teach us how to actually play. That overtime game in Toledo where we beat them and it was disallowed, and then the league comes out and says, hey, it probably should have been a good goal, but it happens. Well, at that time, I think on that following Monday, they had 7 guys go back up to the American League. So that was a great team that we beat, for all intents and purposes. But there were highs and lows, disappointments, just it is what it is. Like I said, it's you just keep your eye on the ball every day. You come to work, show up, for work. Riley and I hammered away on the video all year. Probably did a lot more video than maybe we should have at times. But we really wanted to teach our players, and this kind of generation of players, they want to see it. So. It was a lot of good, and like I said, we don't want to say negative, but we want to say learning. A lot of good teaching moments.
You, Riley, and a lot of the players going up to Wilkes-Barre Scranton to help the AHL Pens on their quest for the Calder Cup. You're going to have development camp in the summer. I'm sure you're going to also spend a lot of time with your daughter, Tyler. What else is in the future for Jeff Christian?
Well, like you said, it'll be the Wilkes-Barre run, the development camp, the draft, some coaching seminars and clinics. Who knows? We might throw a free agent camp in there this year, Deej. We're kicking that ball around. Like you said, I want to get back to Columbus and see Tyler as much as I can. That's obviously priority number 1 for me. But again, it's just talking to coaches, networking, but more learning from them. Talking with guys who have experience and just sitting down. Like I remember last year when I went to the draft, I sat with Jacques Martin and talked to him for about 2 hours just about his career and how it went. And I was like, this is amazing, because 6 months before that, when I was just a guy trying to get a job, no one would pick up the phone. And here I am talking to Hall of Famers. And that's, for me, right now at my career, that's very important. I think that I do that I network as much as I can, that I learn from these guys and what mistakes, what lessons. There's a lot to learn. So it's been a fun ride for me. It's been amazing. I appreciate the opportunity here in Wheeling. It's been quite a season from start to finish, but it's a very special place, and it's not always easy, but like they said, if it's easy, anybody would do it. So we just come to work every day with a positive attitude and grateful to have a job, and just try to really help guys develop not only on the ice but off the ice here. We really try to kind of teach life lessons. As well. Like, we've got a lot of guys that are, like I said, rookies or first-year guys. It's like, they're not just hockey players. They're just not pieces of meat that you can ship in and ship out. They have feelings. They have families. They have parents that love them. It's more about the person here, and that's the quality of person that we're looking for here. More than just being a really good hockey player, we want to develop people.
9th straight winning season for the Wheeling Nailers. Jeff, congratulations on a good year. I'm sure we'll be talking to you throughout the summer, and we'll be looking forward to the 26th season of hockey here in the Ohio Valley.
Thanks, Deej. Great working with you guys, and I know everyone appreciates your efforts and all that you do for the team. And we look forward to next year and just getting back at it. It's unbelievable that we're going to have to wait this long again. And last year we went to June 9th. It felt like it took forever, and now it's like April 10th, and we're like, oh my God, when does it start? But like I said, it's a process, and it'll be a bit of a long summer for us, but we'll all keep building this thing here in Wheeling and just keep it moving in a positive direction.
Stay tuned for details on 2017-18 scheduling for the Wheeling Nailers. Season tickets are available. Some really cool perks this year. Call 304-234-GOAL for more information.